Money isn't just paper. It's a passport to freedom, to choices, to silence, to respect. And every luxury car, every penthouse, every dollar stack you see, they all began with one decision. I want more. This world doesn't reward the loyal. It rewards the valuable. It rewards the ones who build, the ones who think, the ones who dare. Welcome to the world of luxury finance, where mindset becomes wealth and wealth becomes lifestyle. Luxury doesn't start with cars. Luxury doesn't start with money. Luxury doesn't start with the lifestyle. Luxury starts in the mind. Every Rolls Royce on the road, every Lamborghini that tears through the wind, every penthouse touching the clouds, is born first in the imagination of a person who refused to stay average. People think luxury is just about gold watches, high-end clothes, supercars, and expensive dinners. They have no idea that luxury is built on discipline, sacrifice, and strategic decisions that most people will never understand. Luxury is a mindset before it becomes a lifestyle. It's the way you think about money, the way you see opportunity, the way you make choices, the way you respond to failure, the way you carry yourself before you're even successful. A luxury mindset doesn't wait for permission. It gives itself permission. It doesn't look for approval. It builds results. And when you think like that, money follows. Always. There is a reason why wealthy people keep getting wealthier, while others stay stuck in survival mode. It's not about luck. It's not about destiny. It's not about privilege. It's about financial thinking. A poor mindset asks questions like, how much does it cost? Is it too expensive? What if I fail? What will people say? A wealthy mindset asks, how much will it earn? How fast can I scale it? Who can I learn from? What's the strategy? A poor mindset sees dollars as something to protect. A wealthy mindset sees dollars as soldiers that go out, make more dollars, and return with profit. A poor mindset works for money. A wealthy mindset makes money work for him. A poor mindset fears risk. A wealthy mindset studies risk, calculates it, and takes it. A poor mindset tries to look rich. A wealthy mindset becomes rich. A poor mindset wants a car to impress people. A wealthy mindset wants assets that produce cash, so that the car becomes effortless. Every luxury item you see in this world, the diamond watches, the villas, the private jets, the supercars, all come from thousands of small choices that people made daily. You cannot live like an average person and expect an elite outcome. Luxury begins when you choose growth over comfort, investment over spending skills, over entertainment to slip up over emotions long term, wins over short term fun. Every time you choose discipline, you get closer to luxury. Every time you avoid discomfort, you stay stuck. You can't want a Lamborghini but live with the habits of a lazy man. You can't want millions but treat your time like it's cheap. You can't want financial freedom but keep doing the things that keep you trapped. Luxury is a series of daily decisions, not a random miracle. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Luxury is built in silence. Before the Rolls Royce, before the stacks of dollars, before the penthouse view, there is a phase of life where nobody understands you. You work late nights, you wake up early, you take risks, you invest money instead of spending it. You lose friends, you lose comfort, you lose the old version of yourself. People laugh, people judge, people doubt, people gossip. They don't see the hours you put in. They don't see the skills you develop. They don't see the sacrifices you make. They don't see the nights you work while they sleep. And that's okay. They're not supposed to understand. It's not their dream. It's yours. The silent building phase is painful, but necessary. It's the foundation of luxury. The base of the lifestyle. The hidden part of the iceberg nobody talks about. And one day, everything changes. All the work compounds. All the decisions pay off. All the sacrifices turn into rewards. That's when luxury enters your life. Not slowly, but all at once. People see the cars, they see the watches, they see the villa, they see the money, but they don't see the cost. Luxury demands a price. Isolation disciples in control consistenti. Learning sacrifice cost of luxury isn't money. The cost of luxury is your old habits. You cannot bring the old you into your new life. One of them must go. Luxury doesn't come to the weak. Luxury doesn't reward the emotional. Luxury doesn't wait for the lazy. Luxury belongs to the one who paid the price in advance. If there is one thing every wealthy person protects more than money, it's focus. Focus is the weapon that builds fortunes. Focus is the reason one man becomes a millionaire while another stays broke with the same 24 hours. Most people don't fail because they are not talented. They fail because they are distracted. Distracted by people. Distracted by entertainment. Distracted by opinions. Distracted by comparison. Distracted by the noise of the world. If you divide your attention into 10 directions, you weaken your power in all 10. But when you channel everything you are, your time, your energy, your thinking, your discipline into one direction, that's when you become unstoppable. Focus is the real luxury. The luxury of saying no to everything that slows you down. The luxury of ignoring people who add no value to your mission. The luxury of shutting off the world and building your own. When you master focus, money becomes a byproduct. People think dollars are expensive. People think cars, watches, bags, clothes are expensive. The most expensive thing you will ever spend is time. You lose money, you can get it back. You lose an opportunity, another may come. But time, once it passes, it becomes a ghost. The wealthy understand this. That's why they spend money to save time. While the poor spend time to save money, a millionaire will pay someone to do tasks so he can think. Build, create, strategize. A poor mindset tries to do everything alone and ends up doing nothing great. Your time is your biggest investment. Where you put it determines where you will end up. If you put your time into skills, discipline, creativity, business, learning, you will rise. If you put your time into gossip, comparison, fear, and entertainment, you will stay exactly where you are. Time is the currency of luxury. If you waste it, you'll never afford the lifestyle you dream about. Before money enters your wallet, it must enter your mind. Every person has a hidden set of beliefs about money. Beliefs learned from childhood, family, society, culture, and personal experiences. Some people grow up hearing, money is hard to get. Rich people are greedy. We can't afford that. Money changes people. Having too much isn't good. So their entire life becomes a reflection of those unconscious beliefs. You cannot attract what you secretly fear. You cannot keep what you internally reject. You cannot hold what your mind thinks is too much. If deep inside you believe that wealth is wrong, you will sabotage yourself every time you get closer to success. Luxury requires reprogramming your money beliefs. You must start telling your mind, money is a tool for freedom. Wealth gives me choices. I deserve abundance. I attract opportunities. Making money is normal. Luxury is earned, not evil. I am building a life of value and reward. The mind that fears money will never hold it. The mind that respects money will multiply it. The mind that commands money will dominate it. Ideas don't buy luxury cars. Dreams don't build penthouses. Wishes don't create wealth. Discipline does. Everybody has ideas. Everybody has potential. Everybody wants success. Everybody wishes for more. But very few people show up every day. Very few people stay consistent. Very few people put in the hours. Very few people push through the days they don't feel motivated. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. Discipline is doing the work even when you're tired. Discipline is investing even when it's uncomfortable. Discipline is saying no when it's easier to say yes. Discipline is staying focused when everyone else is distracted. Discipline is building the life you want instead of living the life you have. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to go. Without discipline, you will always be dreaming. With discipline, you will always be building. And builders become wealthy. There are two things that decide your future more than anything else: what you consume and who you keep around you. Your environment shapes your potential. If you surround yourself with lazy people, you will become one of them. If you surround yourself with complainers, you will start complaining. If you surround yourself with small dreamers, your dreams will shrink. But when you surround yourself with ambition, with people who think big, who move fast, who chase goals, who speak success, who create, build, plan, invest your entire life upgrades. Good environment doesn't just inspire you, it commands you to elevate. Your environment is a reflection of your standards. If you want a luxury life, you must create a luxury environment first. Read better, think better, work better, speak better, move better. Plan better. Live better. Luxury comes to those who raise their standards. Money doesn't go to the smartest. Money goes to the fastest. Not the fastest talkers, but the fastest executors. Most people wait too long. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect idea, the perfect timing, the perfect conditions. And while they wait, someone else takes action and makes the money. Wealth rewards speed. Speed of learning, speed of implementing, speed of adapting, speed of decision-making, speed of pushing through fear. Slow actions create slow results. Fast actions create fast progress. Speed doesn't mean rushing blindly. Speed means moving with clarity and momentum. Money follows momentum. Momentum comes from decisions. Decisions come from courage. You don't need permission. You need movement. Luxury looks glamorous from the outside, but there is a shadow side that most people hide. The pressure, the responsibility, the expectations, the fear of losing it all, the weight of making every decision count. The nights of doubt. The cost of leadership. The stress of scaling, the loneliness at the top. Success looks beautiful when you look at the results, but it feels heavy when you carry it. Luxury demands strength, strength of mind, strength of character. Strength of direction. People want the lifestyle, but they don't want the pressure that comes with it. But the strongest rise. The determined thrive. The consistent survive. Luxury belongs to those who can carry the weight of their own dreams. There comes a moment in your journey when everything locks into alignment. Your mindset becomes sharp. Your discipline becomes natural. Your money starts flowing. Your skills start compounding. Your results start multiplying. Your confidence becomes unshakable. This is the moment when opportunities find you. People admire you. Money follows you. Success becomes effortless. Luxury becomes normal. Ignorance is not luck. It is the reward for years of consistency, sacrifice, and self-belief. Once you reach alignment, the lifestyle you once dreamed of becomes the lifestyle you live in. Every luxury lifestyle, every millionaire transformation begins with one internal death, the death of the old version of you. The version that was comfortable, the version that was scared, the version that doubted, the version that wasted time, the version that feared responsibility, the version that procrastinated, the version that wanted success without sacrifice. That version has to go. You can't evolve while holding onto your past. You can't become a new person with old habits. You can't build a millionaire mindset with a broke identity. Wealth begins the moment you tell yourself, I refuse to be the old me anymore. That is the first step. That is the spark. That is the beginning of your evolution. Self-made wealth is not built in the bank. It is built in the mind. Self-made millionaires think sharper, faster, deeper. They notice opportunity where others see problems. They turn pressure into fuel. They turn doubt into strategy. They convert fear into motion. Here's the mindset of the self-made. They don't wait. They don't fear starting. They don't seek permission. They don't ask for validation. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on character. They rely on systems. They rely on execution. The self-made don't hope for success. They build it brick by brick. Not loudly. Not dramatically. But relentlessly. Every person has goals. But not every person has hunger. Hunger is the difference between wanting luxury and earning luxury. Hunger is waking up early and sleeping late. Hunger is learning while others waste time. Hunger is failing and still pushing. Hunger is being tired and still grinding. Hunger is moving even when motivation dies. Hunger is the fire no one can see but everyone can feel. In your results, average people want comfort. Successful people want freedom. Hungry people want domination. Hunger is the engine of excellence. Without it, you'll stay stuck. With it, you'll rise beyond the limits of your environment. Discipline is not a personality trait. It's a science, a system of choice repeated until they become your nature. Discipline means doing what you said you'd do, showing up when it's inconvenient. Ignoring temporary emotions, respecting your schedule, building habits that match your future. Writing. Growth over pleasure, keeping promises to yourself. You don't build discipline in excitement. You build it in boredom. The routine days. The quiet days. The lonely days. Discipline is not glamorous. But luxury is built on the days you didn't quit. Your biggest enemy is not society. Not your family. Not your friends. Not your environment. Your biggest enemy is the version of you that wants to stay comfortable. That version that says, do it tomorrow. It's too much work. What if I fail? It's okay to rest again. Maybe this is not for you. Why push so hard? That voice is the enemy of your millionaire future. The battle for wealth is not external. It's internal. Every day you choose the old you or the new you, comfort or discipline, distraction or purpose, excuses or execution, survival or success. You don't rise by defeating others. You rise by defeating your former self. Luxury doesn't start in your bank account. It starts in your standards. High standards in your work. High standards in your focus. High standards in your discipline. High standards in your self-respect. High standards in your ambitions. High standards in your time management. You cannot attract a premium life with discount habits. You cannot build a luxury lifestyle with average effort. You cannot live like the rich while thinking like the poor. Luxury belongs to those who demand more from themselves than anyone else would dare to demand. Raise your standards and your entire life will rise with them. Everyone wants power. Very few want the responsibility that comes with it. Wealth gives you power. But with that power comes possessor-judgment-fintistic's control. The world thinks luxury is all comfort. But true luxury requires the strength to carry the weight of your own success. The powerful cannot be weak. The powerful cannot break easily. The powerful cannot depend on validation. The powerful cannot fold under pressure. Luxury requires a backbone, a strong mind, a calm soul, a disciplined character. The price of power is pain, but the reward is freedom. Chapter 8. The psychology of fearless execution fair is natural, but fearlessness is a choice. Millionaires are not fearless by birth. They simply execute before fear wins. They take risks. They start before they feel ready. They move while others overthink. They adapt while others freeze. Fear says, "What if it goes wrong?" Execution says, "What if it goes right?" Fear says, "You might lose." Execution says, "You might win." Fear says, "Stay safe." Execution says, "Move forward." Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is acting despite fear. Execution destroys fear. Action kills anxiety. Momentum crushes doubt. Be faster than your fear. Be louder than your hesitation. Be stronger than your excuses. Silence is a wealth strategy. The wealthiest people in the world speak less and study more. They don't brag. They observe. They don't announce their moves. They prepare their moves. They don't argue. They understand. They don't seek attention. They use attention as a tool. Silence gives you clarity, loudest person in the roomus. Rarely the most successful. The quiet Oni is analyzing the game. Silence is not weakness. Silence is positioning. When you stop talking, you start winning. Chapter 10. The rise of the refined mind. There comes a moment in your journey when your mind becomes refined, sharper, more selective, more focused. You start valuing your time. You start valuing your energy. You start distancing yourself from chaos. You start choosing peace over noise. You start choosing growth over entertainment. You start choosing goals over gossip. You start choosing wealth over distraction. Your mind becomes a weapon. Your thinking becomes premium. Your purpose becomes clear. Your standards become powerful. This is the mind that builds empires. This is the mind that earns luxury. This is the mind that creates freedom. The refined mind is not born, it is sculpted. In the world of luxury, nothing is random. Every fortune has a blueprint. Every empire has a design. Every billionaire lifestyle you admire is not built on luck, it's built on architecture. The architecture of wealth. Because wealth doesn't grow in empty spaces. It grows in systems. In structures. In disciplines that nobody sees, but everyone feels. You see the mansions. You see the supercars. You see the private jets slicing through the clouds. But what you don't see is the invisible architecture behind them. The mornings waking up before the sun. The decisions made in silence. The investments that compound like unstoppable storms. The patience that would break an average mind. Luxury isn't expensive. Luxury is earned. Luxury is built brick by brick. Choice by choice, move by move, until your life becomes something people can't stop watching. But here's the secret no one tells you. The rich don't chase money, they chase positioning. Because positioning is power. Positioning is leverage. Positioning is what turns small opportunities into massive outcomes. Money follows the ones who understand positioning. Money chases the ones who control information. Money bends toward the ones who know the next move before the world even asks the question. That's the architecture. That's the invisible structure behind every luxury lifestyle you admire. And in this part of your journey, you learn how the rich position themselves, how they design their financial fortress, and how they turn their life into an upward spiral that refuses to stop. The first pillar, control of cash flourish. People don't spend money, they allocate it. Every dollar has a direction. Every direction has a purpose. Every purpose builds a part of the structure. They don't ask, "Can I afford this?" They ask, "Does this make the structure stronger?" If the answer is no, they walk away. Because wealth grows by saying no to 99 things. So you can say yes to the one thing. That changes everything. The second pillar, high income Scaloni skill. Just one. That produces more than 90% of their wealth. Not 20 skills. Not 15 hustles. Not 100 tasks. One. A skill so sharp, so valuable, so in demand that people can't ignore it. Luxury begins where excuses end. You want the cars, learn the skill. You want the penthouse, master the craft. You want the lifestyle, dominate the market. The rich get rich because they choose a path, and then they walk so far into it. The world has no choice but to reward them. The third pillar, investment. Enganeth wealthy don't save money, they multiply it. Their money is never sleeping. It's moving. Working. Building. Expanding. Evolving. Growing like a living organism with one clear purpose: to create abundance. But here's the truth. They don't invest for fast results. They invest for unstoppable results. Results that get bigger each year. Results that outgrow the person who created them. That's why the rich stay rich. Because their investments work harder than any human ever could. The fourth pillar, time. Leverage. Time is the most expensive luxury. Richer than diamonds. Rare than gold. More powerful than any currency. And the rich buy time the way others buy clothes. They automate. They delegate. They outsource. They eliminate. Because they understand this one truth. If it doesn't grow your wealth, it's not worth your time. Luxury isn't a watch on your wrist. Luxury is time on your hands. Time to think. Time to create. Time to enjoy the life you built, not the life you're surviving. The final pillar, mindset of expansion. People don't think in numbers. They think in possibilities. They don't ask, "How can I earn more?" They ask, "How can I expand?" Expand the vision. Expand the reach. Expand the influence. Expand the revenue streams. Expand the lifestyle. Expand the limits. Because luxury finance is not about having money, it's about expanding beyond the life you grew up with and crafting a reality that looks nothing like your past. This is the architecture. This is the blueprint. This is how wealth is truly built. Not loud, but quietly, not instantly, but consistently. Not by luck, but by design. You step into the most powerful transformation of all, turning luxury into your new normal. There comes a moment in every journey when luxury stops being a dream and becomes a standard, a baseline, a normal. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. Success doesn't arrive suddenly. It arrives quietly, one disciplined choice at a time. Until one day, the life you used to fantasize a Buddhist, the same life you wake up in. The penthouse view. The quiet mornings with no alarm. The high-limit cards. The supercar waiting in the garage. The peace of knowing your money works harder than you ever had to. It becomes normal. But not because it was handed to you, because you built it. Piece by piece. Brick by brick. Move by move. Decision by decision. The shift from desire to identity. Luxury stops being something you want and becomes something you are. The mindset changes. The energy changes. The way you speak, walk, think, decide all evolve. Not to impress others, but to stay aligned with the version of yourself you fought so hard to become. You stop chasing validation. You stop explaining your dreams. You stop looking for permission. Because now you realize the life you want doesn't require approval. It requires action. When luxury stops feeling expensive, when you start earning like the wealthy. Spending becomes a different game. A $500 dinner don't hurt anymore. A $2 zero suit doesn't feel insane. A $10,000 vacation doesn't feel like a risk. Because luxury stops being a cost and becomes an expression. An expression of the standards you hold. The value you've created. The discipline you maintained. Money becomes a tool, not a fear. A resource, not a limitation. A partner, not a problem. The world treats you differently when your lifestyle changes. Your reality changes too. Doors open faster. Opportunities appear naturally. People speak differently. Respect becomes automatic. Rooms that once felt intimidating become rooms you dominate. Because luxury doesn't just change your environment, it changes the way the world responds to you. People feel the confidence. They sense the discipline. They recognize the elevation. Luxury is not just seen. Luxury is felt. The responsibility of success luxury also brings. Responsibility. Not the heavy kind, the powerful kind. Responsibility to maintain the standard chat built your wealth. Responsibility to protect the lifestyle you created through sacrifice. Responsibility to keep growing, even when you're comfortable, because comfort is where empires fall. The wealthy don't stop. They evolve. They expand. They reinvent themselves. Because success is not a moment, it's a commitment. A lifelong partnership with growth. The final message, your new normal if you. We reached this stage. You've crossed the invisible line most people never even get close to. You've learned the foundation. You've learned the architecture. You've learned the mindset. You've learned the transformation. Now comes the truth. Luxury isn't the destination. Luxury is the reward for becoming the person capable of earning it. The cars, the views, the lifestyle, they're not the goal, they're proof. Proof that you refused to stay small. Proof that you believed in your ability to rise. Proof that you bet on yourself and won. So here you stand. Different than before, stronger than before, wiser than before. This is your new normal. This is your new identity. This is the life you've built with ambition, discipline, and vision. And remember, luxury is not about what you have. Luxury is about who you become while building it. Welcome to your upgraded life. Welcome to your luxury era. Welcome to the world you were always meant to enter.